So, for the session 4, the topic is going to be role of e-commerce in enhancing global seed access. And let me quickly read the names of the panel members. Let's see if they're here. Mr. Andrew, CEO, Qualiseed Limited. He will be joining online. Okay. Mr. Salhat Khan, Director, Flipkart. Let's clap for him. Mr. Salhat Khan, Director, Flipkart, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. S.E. Aswatha Narayana, Director, Vocal Seeds Private Limited. Yes. Mr. Kannan Tangaraj, Head of Supply Chain and Marketplace, Big Hat. Mr. Kannan Tangaraj. Wonderful. Can we clap for the panel members, please? Mr. Abdi Risaq Said Noor, Commercial Attache, Embassy of Somalia. Can we please clap for him? Let me invite Mr. Sahil Malik on the stage, please. Sahil Malik. The moderator for the session will be Mr. Dushyant K. Tyagi, CEO, Pharmagate Technologies Private Limited. Can we please clap for him? Last but not the least, let me once again invite on stage Mr. Deepak Parekh. Fantastic. Wonderful panel members. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to dive deep in the topic role of e-commerce in enhancing global seed access. Over to the moderator.
Good evening. Wonderful sessions, thought-provoking, knowledge enhancement, and we come to know few burning issues also. So we started off, in the morning with driving seed sector for growth. Very, nice and knowledgeable session. Then we basically delved into the technology side, AI tech in plant breeding, and finally the last session, which, raised many issues about public-private partnerships. So the gist of the all three sessions, drops down to a point that technology and trade both are basically constrained to have global connectivity or intergeographic connectivity or intergeography, dissemination of knowledge, products, everything. And basically this calls for, the challenge is how to deal with limited regulatory harmonization. And that calls for, a greater degree of harmonization between the industry first. Industry need to understand what are the issues and how do we work step by step to harmonize, the environment, atmosphere in terms of policy and information, knowledge, and products flow. So very rightly pointed out in the previous season that these types of forums are important, and once we are done with it, we have to take up these issues one after other. So the topic of this session is really interesting. It is on the trade side, where we say role of e-commerce in enhancing global seed access. So all of us know the power of e-commerce these days. And like Deepak asked few questions, I also want to ask one question. How many of us know Blinkit? See, from tier A to tier 2, tier B, tier C, everywhere. This is the power of e-commerce. But fortunately or unfortunately, agriculture feeds the world, food and food and agriculture are the basics of for the survival for any civilization or species. But often we found that technology reaches to us late. Whatever happens in comparatively better or urban areas, all those technologies, all those facilitations travel to our domain little bit late. But that does not undermine the power of e-commerce. It is future. We are in the cusp. We are in the cusp of change. For example, there came a change when machine came. There came a change when computer came. There came a change when automation came. So this is going to be completely disruptive, what you call AI. We deliberated a lot about AI. And AI is there, and AI is real, and AI is going to impact our lives, every sphere. And it has already started, How many of us are using ChatGPT frequently? Yeah, please raise hands. Almost 60%. Is this helping or not? Please let me know. Is it better than your, Chrome and etc., Google? Kindly let me know. You find it interesting, right? We are learning how to use better. And as we learn more, that, this engine gets better trained. So, one hand technology, and the other hand is trade. And when we talk trade, the distribution models are going to change completely. This is what we call disruption. A typical 3-tier distribution system. There is a company, there is a wholesaler, there is a retailer. Company works with farmers, wholesaler, retailer, they work with farmers, and we bring change. But information is traveling very fast. So, coming back to the topic, so distribution models will definitely be moving towards e-commerce. Quick commerce. Farmer also want quick knowledge, quick deliveries. They also want to cut down their logistic cost, their storage cost, their supply chain cost. So in this channel, for example, as an estimate, the global market for agriculture products, e-commerce market for agriculture products is about to reach $90 billion plus by 2033. So I just want to reflect that things are moving in our space also. Adoption rate for e-commerce in rural households is about 66.1%. Means adoption of e-commerce is also fast. There may be geographic, there may be geographic anomalies, there may be geographic differences, but wherever e-commerce is trying to move forward, people are, or rural households, farming households are adopting them fast. China has displayed a very good model. They could basically, adoption rate has been found directly proportional in income rates and quality of life rates. And China has very successfully displayed, the power of e-commerce in their agri-distribution models. So from here, we are with very, very, distinguished panelists. So I will go to Dr. Ashwath straight. So I would like to basically, sir, how you see e-commerce reshaping the way farmer access seeds in India and Africa. So it may be looking minuscule, it may be looking very, very small right now, but we have to see the future with internet connectivity, with this policy harmonization. How do you see, sir, it would move?
Thank you very much, Chairman, dignitaries on the dais, and my friends. Actually, e-commerce is like any other input in the agriculture nowadays. Basically, I have floated a company during 2010, myself and Mr. Mohan. We are into breeding program, marketing and other aspects, this one. And with the help of our advanced breeding program, we evolved many hybrids in our vegetables. But those hybrids, whatever we developed actually, because of the communication gap and supplying all our samples, it has taken more time. Now with this technology, actually, really we can communicate very fast, and we can distribute all our developed hybrids at a faster pace. Can I use this PPT for some time yeah, please. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Please. Sorry.
So the only request is to run it fast. That's it.
In the enhanced global seed access. So, please change here. Whatever the information or the seed, we can distribute at a wider reach and market expansion. Here it helps in connecting seed companies with farmers across countries and continents. Earlier it was not so. Even if you develop good hybrids, it was very difficult to reach to the end users. Now with this technology, actually, we can help in connecting all the seed companies and farmers across countries and continents. Second one, it provides access for international markets to small and medium seed producers without heavy distribution costs. This also actually contributing too much for the distributing all our samples, even the seeds. Next, please. This diverse seed availability present a wide catalog of hybrid, open pollinated, organic and specialty seeds in one digital markets. Because if you develop one hybrid, it was keep going for many years. Now, because of this technology, farmers will come to know what are the new developments and all. With this technology, they can get it is their option to get seeds as per their needs. And permit farmers to acquire rare or regional specific varieties which they can get locally. Suppose if it is saline affected in areas, some of the saline resistant hybrids are there. For example, such hybrids they can order on platform, e-platform, they can get it easily and they can get their yield as per their expectation. Transparency and information access. Here, whatever the products actually, they don't know earlier what are all its varietal characters and other things. With this technology, the product descriptions, technical details, germination rates, reviews, help farmers make informed choices. Means before buying any seed, they will come to know what are all its varietal characters and where it's going to be planted, and according to the climatic conditions, they can judge on their own, they can place orders. And digital rating and feedback build trust in seed quality and suppliers, because there only will come to know what are all its quality parameters and who are all actually already bought and how they benefited so far. According to the previous history, they will come to know they can place order. Lower cost and competitive pricing. Here the eliminates multiple intermediaries. Here definitely they can avoid brokers and other they can these traditional seed supply actually it will take more time. This reducing the final prices means through distributors and dealers. Earlier some prices used to be added. Now with this technology those costs will be avoided. They will get at a cheaper price. And develops competition among seed companies, giving farmers at a better option. So seed companies will come to know, because farmers based on this platform, they will come to know which variety is good, which variety is bad. So companies also will come to know which is the best hybrid can be released in certain package to protect our farmers. In that way, even companies also can improve their breeding methods, and that way farmers also will be benefited. Faster and reliable delivery. This integrated logistics and courier tie-ups ensure timely delivery, crucial for seasonal sowing windows. Because sometimes because of this fast seasonal fluctuations, if they want some seeds, they can't go all the way from the rural areas to the urban areas to get their seed. With their fingertips, they can order the seed according to the requirement. Immediately, they can sow their crop, their seed as per their needs. Here, real-time tracking help farmers plan their sowing schedule. Yeah, that's what I told you. Well in advance, they can plan if they get rain. So whenever they get rain, they can place order. I think as earlier already mentioned, sometime some farmers, they get their seed within 2 to 3 days, even at the remotest areas. So in that way, farmer will be benefited. This digital advisory support, earlier, because we used to always depending on our with our company product this one staff, what we call product development staff, and with a library or something like that, we should depend on many things. Now with this technology, they will come to know immediately what are all the product performances, where to go, what is the season, what is duration, what is the crop diseases, how to control it, and all they will come to know with this digital advisory support, and help farmers match seed selection with climate, soil, and local conditions. Yeah, as per their needs, depending on the climate and soil, they can select the suitable hybrids according to the previous history of the crop and hybrid. Inclusive smallholder empowerment gives smallholder farmers in remote areas equal access to the global innovations, helps bridge the gap between advanced research institutions and end users. That's what. For example, in our case, even if you develop good hybrids, we may not supply to the end users immediately because of the many restrictions and due to the communication gap. With this platform, immediately we can supply wherever they want, and that is the real help for the farmers. Regulatory and quality assurance. If e-commerce platform can ensure certified seeds through traceability and QR-based authentication. Even if we supply any seed, we'll come to know where we have supplied, what is the quality parameters, and how it is actually helping to the farmers. If something goes wrong in between, we'll come to know exactly what happened to the particular lot and what solution we can give. With this platform, we'll come to know and we can solve their problem. And builds confidence in the authenticity of the seeds, reducing counterfeit circulations. That's what I told you. Then data-driven innovations. Purchase data helps seed companies forecast demand, design region-specific varieties, and improve supply chain efficiency. It's all again depending on the climate and the crop performance. Sometimes we have to multiply more, or sometimes we have to multiply less because of the climatic change and the demand. So in that way, we can supply as per their needs at the earliest time. Farmers benefit from tailored recommendation based on the purchase and crop history.
Yes.
Sustainability and resilience promotes availability of climate resilient and stress-tolerant varieties globally. Enhance food security by ensuring timely access to seeds in regions affected by conflict or natural disasters. Conclusion, thus e-commerce democratizes seed access, fosters transparency, improves affordability, and accelerates the adoption of innovative seed technology worldwide. Thank you so much.
Great, sir. I mean, the e-commerce is all about in real time.
Yes,
that's
sir.
great. So with this, I will move towards to Mr. Salhat Khan, and he's a director in Flipkart, and we would like to know, your experience dealing with agri-input or specifically seeds, and now all the challenges are very well established. So especially in Indian context, how you are dealing with that, and when you expand your reach maybe towards Africa and other geographies, so what's your experience, and how basically you are managing last mile deliveries in rural area, which is a bit challenging.
Okay, before I get on to answering that, just a quick brief on what we do. What's the e-commerce ecosystem in India about? Okay, Flipkart is a $37, $38, $40 billion company. We are a Walmart subsidiary, So Walmart does things which are scalable in nature and sustainable in nature. Now, for the folks who don't understand much of quick commerce, just a short glimpse of what's happening in India for the friends from Africa here. Last 5 to 8 years, e-commerce per se is a 2-decade-old phenomena. 5 years has been something called quick commerce phenomena. What it means is, for the folks sitting here, you can get an iPhone to the jacket that you are wearing, to the probably the socks that you are wearing, in next 13 to 14 minutes here, right here. That's the power of quick commerce. Now, quick commerce mostly has been a urban phenomena, 100 cities to 200 cities to 300. Quick commerce is helping agri with more of consumption. I'll come to that part later. Now I'll come to the e-commerce thing. So before even going to e-commerce, we are all sitting here for a certain reason, which is pharma. For farming, there are 3 legs. One, and the most important one, I believe, is getting the right price for the product that they have produced. Most important thing. Awesome seeds, awesome ways of processing, awesome cultivation techniques, superb production, but n number of farmers don't even get the right price for their produce. That's the fundamental problem faced now. So how does e-commerce solve it? I'll take a minute more and I'll jump into supply chain. Typically, all these data-driven companies have a D-2 kind of an indent, which means 2 days prior, which is before harvesting starts, we tell our farmer partners that this is the quantity required, which means they harvest, which means they literally harvest upon the order. Otherwise, the whole fresh produced ecosystem has been you harvest and then find your customer. Typically, that's how the whole world works, other than your developed economies. What it means is, more the production, lesser is the price. Fact of the life. A very dangerous fact of life. Now, quick commerce does put together around 1.5, 2 tons, 2 million tons we procure. That's about probably 2.5% of the agricultural produce in India, which means we are helping them reduce their wastage to getting the right price to just 2% of the farmer community now, or the produce now. Obviously, this number has to grow. How do we grow it? That's one part to the question. Now, currently, all the 3 pillars. One was the front-end pillar. There is a middle pillar, which is your efficiency improvement, which is your good agricultural practices to technology to a number of things. And the first pillar is the right seed. Seeds / harvesting to real agri work to selling. Do all these 3 work coherently? The answer is no. You have seed companies intent to sell seeds. You have technology companies in between who want them to buy certain kind of products, your pipes to XYZ, to somebody forecast weather to XYZ. And there is a third pillar, which is the final pillar, which is the sales. Now, in our ecosystem, what we are trying to change, a quick snapshot. We started this project 3 months back, something called program buying, which I believe is a future, probably a year, 2 years on the line, this will be very big. We speak to farmers 3 to 6 months ahead and have the complete buying pattern predicted for next 3 to 6 months. Which article, what price, basis the cost of production, what is the price that he is going to get after 3 months, after the harvest. We are at that level now. Which means our job does not become a transaction kind of a job that somebody grows it, somebody buys it, we help them grow. In between all of this, there is good quality seed to good agricultural practices. We have tied up with a company led by Dr. M.J. Khan. He's advising us in that aspect, where you are precision farming to a lot of other things, which are the subsequent ones, are helped upon to improve the productivity. So that the end ecosystem, seeds to agriculture to sales, all of these are stitched together. That's the end state goal, which we have just started. Now coming back to the supply chain part. Do farmers actually buy large scale seeds in India now for farming? Honestly, the answer is no. If you search in Amazon or Flipkart for the seeds, you all get your fancy seeds at 50 grams or 100 grams, which is typically used in the rooftops. That's what honestly happens now. That's because of a certain reason. Seed companies operate in a typical manner of distribution where they sell seeds through certain manner to the farmers directly, where there is a consultative kind of an approach to selling seeds. E-commerce shortens that process, which means between seed companies to e-commerce, there has to be a coherent way of selling seeds because of our supply chain efficiencies, which I have still not come to, which means the cost of delivery to time of delivery to all Dr. Ashwatha Narayan said could be actually implemented. Currently, is it working well? Honestly, no. So, to make this great, seed companies / e-commerce companies should partner to bring these seeds as a selection to the farmers. It cannot be a one company and an e-commerce company an approach. It has to be a consortium kind of one where you have 5 to 10 companies where we can show that kind of a selection. Farmers also needs to select, right? You just cannot push one. So all of these put together, if there is a buying cycle happening, that's when your farmer can get seeds at time, and the supply chain partner also makes money in that whole ecosystem. So finally, to move this ahead, supply chain has its own challenges. It depends upon weight, time, lot of other nuances. All those nuances can be technically solved if there is a greater market. To bring a greater market, lot of farmers have to buy, and lot of farmers have to buy would mean your seed company should play a role in creating the demand. It's not just a job of an e-commerce company to create the demand. It has to be a joint effort between an e-commerce / a seed company to create the demand. That's it.
Well said. I mean, the engagement models with farmer and distribution models for industry, they have to really get merged, intervened. And yes, harmonization is required at every step. It's not about only regulatory harmonization, it's about trade harmonization also. And e-commerce, I'm sure, is going to be another channel to reach out to the farmers, and definitely there will be a cost efficiency, and more than that, the accuracy and visibility comes into the picture. So with this, I will go to Mr. Kannan, and we would definitely, we would like to know, many startups are entering into agri-input e-commerce. What makes their model successful and scalable? So you must have seen in last 4 or 5 years, or at least, last 7 years, a lot of agri-startups are coming, and most of them are, you find few of them are coming up with the full stack e-commerce platform. So what makes them success, or what are the challenges they are facing right now, and why we see this greater degree of burnouts for them? Yeah.
So, it's there? Okay. Business. So, we are not just a e-commerce platform. We claim that, we are building a comprehensive ecosystem. When I say ecosystem, along with the marketplace, we are offering farmer advisory services and value-added services. Let me talk something about farmer advisory services. Like Dushyantji spoke about, the AI that is revolutionizing, every field, every industry. So here we have a, feature called Crop Doctor, which is a AI-driven model, which diagnoses a disease when a farmer uploads an image or a video through, AI-driven, algorithm. It diagnoses the disease, and it not only diagnoses, it also offers a solution. It suggests a molecule, and the products and brands which is available for that particular molecule. And now the marketplace is also integrated to this, so the farmer can buy that product. Now, again, we have something like, social media platform, which is called Kisan Vedika, where a farmer can interact with the entire farming community, right from, fellow farmers, manufacturing companies, seeds companies, agri experts, FPOs, etc. So where they engage, where they post, where they share knowledge and collaborate. We also have, OLX equivalent, features that is called Kisan Bazaar, where farmers can, sell their produces, reach new, markets and maximize their value. And then, we also support farmers through, a feature called Kisan Mundra, which, supports them in credit facilities and financial solutions. So all this put together, it's not only, like Salat has mentioned, it's not a transaction based, it's all, holistic approach, integrated approach, where farmers' engagement is very high in our platform and the retention as well. Now, the next part is the marketing and the supply chain capability. With 10 plus years of experience and, serving to 30 million farmers and 3 million active users per month in our platform, we have a rich database which helps our marketing to, understand our farmers better, the customer behavior, so that, our marketing efficiency is very high. So we target a certain pin code or regional level, market and run our campaigns. Now, on the supply chain side, since we have a rich data, our forecasting accuracy is very high. We know what kind of stock we'll have to keep for a particular season or for a particular month, for a particular region, so that, the farmers' accessibility to a variety of products is very high. And our, again, Salat was talking about a 15 minutes delivery, there are, next day deliveries. We don't do that, but, whatever we commit, before the sowing, window or, whatever the customer or farmer had planned, we deliver within that. Our on-time delivery is more than 95%. And, we have served up to 20,000 pin codes across India.
Great.
So all those put together, right, all these elements, technology-driven advisories, the community building, the supply chain efficiencies, data-driven forecast, integrated with the marketplace, that makes us successful.
These all are the elements which makes a platform successful. And it's, great to know your company is into 360-degree engagement with the farmers, folk to farm and farm to folk. Right. So moving ahead, we have with us Mr. Arnaud Petit online. Am I audible to you, sir? He is the Executive Director of Global Grain Council, International Grain Council. Am I audible to you, sir? Is connected? You have to unmute.
No, I am on mute. Do you hear me?
Yes. So for
Okay,
you,
good.
for you, we are basically interested and inquisitive to know, see, if we look at 2030, so being the part of, International Grain Council, and, we see a lot of development in terms of internet connectivity, evolution of e-commerce platforms across globe, somewhere very in advanced stage, somewhere in the middle, somewhere just, taking off. So how do you basically see, beyond 2030, what role will AI-driven personalization, predictive analytics, and farmer advisory services will play in the evolution of, real-time working and delivering e-platforms across geographies?
Yes, thank you for your interesting question. As we are looking 20 or beyond 2030, we have to take also into account the reality of the world we are living with. And you know that technology is definitively an enabler, but we have more and more barrier on trade, which are physical barriers. When you have non-tariff measures and you cannot trade, you might have your e-commerce, but if you cannot trade, for example, as it was with the previous session, GM seat, your technology will not help. So this is why I would say if we want to see the e-commerce develop more and to provide the benefits which has been introduced by the different companies, I think also we have to work hand in hand also how to have a freer trade, which is not necessarily the case at the time being. If we look today, one of the initiatives which is working well is the so-called e-phyto, the phyto certificates, electronic phyto certificates, which work very well. 17% of the grains today are traded under this electronic certificate. What does it mean? It means first, if you trade your grains or your seeds under that certificate, you are sure when you are trading your seed or your grains will enter that country without risks to be rejected. I think that's the first thing to deal with. And the second point also with this certificate is it is a trade finance less risky business. Something which also we see from different operators and even from the banking sector when they told us when there is an electronic or an e-commerce activity, it is more safer, for example, about fraud. Less fraud under electronic certificates. So also that's something which will be positive in the future and to push the use of e-commerce to have less or more certainties on trade. What we see also, and one of the risks, I would say, and one of the colleagues here, panelists really highlighted here, is the risk of fragmentation. I think it was very important to highlight we need a platform where different operators can work with. Because if e-commerce becomes market fragmentation, that means the farmers have less information and they will have less trust on this way of doing trade.
Perfect.
So this is why it's important to look at that.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Point. So, Deepak, I want to ask you. See, we have seen, takeoff of all Indian agri startup ecosystem, and then we have witnessed a lot of burnouts also. And then all of us know, we also, like other sectors, services or goods or FMCG, for agriculture also, we have to one day, discover a working model, delivering model, which scales up, and finally, we see that traction again. So your views on it?
Now, first of all, my apologies. Right, I'm apologizing because of very simple reason that what I'll be speaking would be very controversial. Yeah. Right. There are many e-commerce startups focused on agriculture since 2012. Without naming them, if you see their balance sheet today, more than 85% of their business is coming from output, that is commodity. Everybody is pivoted from selling input to purchasing from the farmer. Now, whether they purchase from the farmer, that's $1 million question. But again, you see balance sheet of every of those companies, right? Somebody would have pivoted to buying spices and selling or looking for export. Some of them would have been like, in Bihar, we are buying makkah and we are doing, and they call it pivoting and full stack. If input was so lucrative in e-commerce, there was no reason for them to look for a pivot, right, in 13 years. Some of the large company, multi-product platform companies, they don't even have access to the farmers. So when we say that Flipkart and Amazon, they are great products, great company, I use and I'm a loyal customer, right? But if I get seed, 12 bulb of turmeric for 190 rupees, as a farmer, I cannot afford that, sir. It is fancy to put me in my own garden, right? Do gardening, works well. But if a farmer who want to do 13 hectares of turmeric plantation, right, gap of 2.5 centimeter each bulb, Flipkart and Amazon is not a solution for me. Unfortunately, I have to buy in bulk. So are these models even effective? We are living in Lala's land if we believe that these models are going to work. What is going to work? Seed company having their own e-commerce platforms. And sir, what numbers you were talking about, if you dissect that, drill down, you'll be surprised to know that 72% of all e-commerce sale is going to come from the principal's own solution. Why? They're able to not even go for B2F, that is business to farmer, but also business to retailer, right? Unfortunately, when you are having a platform doing business to retailer, you need to have a license in each state. In India, 3 licenses, each state, multiply by number of states, and then you find GST also need to be each state, right? So 10 years you'll be only just collecting licenses, right? So what I strongly believe, first, the principal themselves, they have to create their own digital infrastructure, digital presence, digital shop fronts, and reach out to farmer. Secondly, I also agree on a very important point that actually in agriculture, sale doesn't happen just like, maybe you are buying something on any of these platforms, Swiggy's, Blinkit's, Flipkart, or Amazon, where I buy something, if I don't consume it, it line, and we buy a lot of stuff, right? Many of us, we have this clickbait, we buy something, oh, this looks so good, but for next 1 year, we won't be using it, but still die. Farmer has to use it straight away, right? If he's buying seed, he's not buying seed, it's just to have it. You have to cultivate it, sow it, right? And there, the trust is very important. And unfortunately, this multi-product platform at the grassroots, at a rural level, right? Now, I purchased a gift for my wife. It didn't come on birthday, right? It came after 6 days. Now, if I ordered a pesticide, they say, sorry, sir, apologies for delay, we'll refund you. My crop is dead. That stem borer has eaten my crop, right? After 6 days, you give me something, I'm already gone, right? So I believe we have to be rational about it. Digitization, AI, all are good. E-commerce is, I'm also saying it's a way forward, but it has to be driven by the principles, not by the platforms. Eventually, that, even when you talk about startups, those startups who are not pivoted to output side, they are dead. And I can give you a sundry list of those e-commerce startups, right? 300 odd startups died in last 3 years who were just trying to do e-commerce in agriculture input, right? So fertility is very high. So I think we have to find that balance approach, where farmers' problem needs solution
Right,
from the principals.
Right. So a way forward, after 10 years of this rigor, looks like first, you digitize your internal ecosystem and then make an aggregation of, maybe the manufacturers or producers. And then finally that super app one day or super platform evolves, which perhaps might be capturing demand and supply better.
Sir, super app is where the farmer is already there. That is WhatsApp.
I mean, whatever be.
Right?
Whatever be.
Go where the farmer is.
Yes, yes.
We tried, I go to farmer and say that 10 download application, one for your agronomy services, information, input, AI, one you do it for weather services, one for that. See, what I'm saying that if a farmer trusts, for example, a company X for the seed, right? In their application, they have to ensure, right, they go to him on WhatsApp. So have a WhatsApp channel where you can do e-commerce, you can do advisory. Don't ask him to download 10 things.
So you want all the companies to board their WhatsApp group?
WhatsApp, Telegram, there are multiple tools, but
Okay.
I'm saying that
So
there is already
interesting.
structure. No more apps, sir.
Deepak, really,
My phone is dead.
I appreciate your observation, and these are very practical. But one day, you will agree, and all of us know, we really need to find out some or other, working, delivering distribution models, which basically works in real time. With this, I will move to Mr. Sahil Malik, and definitely we would like to, have your experience. You are also in the same space.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. My name is Sahil. I am a founder of Kisan Agrovet. Apparently, I am also Secretary General of NBIF, which is National Biostimulant Industry Federation. Not from a seed background, but then this topic is basically for agri inputs. I also have a very contrarian view on the e-commerce perspective as of now. When we talk about Flipkarts and Amazons, no hard feelings, but they are selling fancy seeds. We are talking about farmers. For farmers, I think HI is human interference, human input is more important. And I think what rightly been pointed out during the session is that the seed companies or the companies who are selling the inputs, agri inputs. I remember initially that Sanjay was saying that ETG has a platform in Kenya, right? That platform can be used. I mean, you are giving advisory to the farmer. That platform can be used even for the seeds and for selling for all the agri inputs. That makes more sense rather than Amazon and not hard filling. But then there has to be advisory along with that. They don't give advisory, They just give you people's point of view, the buyer's views. I mean, either it's good or bad. But we need an advisory, and I think what the gentleman who was saying that it makes more sense. Yes, how many apps you will have? 1 or 2, that's it. So there has to be a composite of all the apps by one company, and then do the e-commerce. And e-commerce will also allow a lot of small MSMEs to be in the scope get widened to them because it's a platform where they can explore. And no longer a larger company can be, take the whole thing to it. This is my submission. I mean, on the things. Yeah.
So, I mean, the gist of the whole discussion is, probably this sector or this, domain, agriculture or farmers. So, like Salahat indicated, see, you have to start work from farm. Give the right kind of advice, build that trust. These are the principles which all successful agriculture companies, all successful, seed companies are doing for ages. That's how they are here, because they could build trust, they could build good products, they could correct well. But how do we engage with the farmers? Perhaps the ways and means will change, and we will be better cost efficient and better real time. So with this, I will request Mr. Noor if he can also share his views with us.
Your Excellence, distinguished guests, esteemed delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is both an honor and privilege to address you at the India-Africa Seed Summit, a timely and significant forum that brings together leaders, experts, and stakeholders in agriculture from across the African continent and India. I extend my sincere gratitude to the Indian Chamber of Food and Agriculture for organizing this important summit and for the warm hospitality. This summit is not about agricultural inputs or market exchange. It's about security, resilience, and sustainable development across our region. It symbolizes a deepening of India-Africa cooperation on that built shared values, mutual respect, and commitment to the agricultural transformation. As the commercial attaché, Somali Embassy, New Delhi, I bring warm greeting from the people and the government of Somalia. We are a nation in a region agricultural potential with a vast arable land and generation of farming tradition. Yet, like many African countries, we face a real challenge from the impact of climate change and prolonged droughts to the need for the improved access to quality seed, technology, and extension service. On this context, Indian experience and leadership in agriculture are immense relevance. Your country's success in a seed technology, research, and agribusiness provides a powerful model for cooperation. We see tremendous opportunity in fostering India-Africa seed partnership that are innovative, inclusive, and impactful. For Somalia, this partnership is not only welcome, it's essential, and we are actively creating enabling environments for foreign investment and technical collaboration in agriculture. We are reforming seed policy frameworks, supporting farmers and cooperatives, encouraging public-private partnership. We are ready for work hand in hand with Indian seed companies, researchers, and institutions to enhance agricultural productivity and strengthen food system. It's our firm belief that agriculture holds the key to the peace, prosperity, and progress. By investing in a seed, we are investing in the future of our people, in their nutrition, livelihood, and dignity. This summit serve as a catalyst for strong trade, deeper collaboration, and renewed commitment between India and Africa. Let us play not only seed in the soil, but also a seed of cooperation, innovation, and hope. On behalf of the Embassy of Federal Republic of Somalia, I thank you once again and look forward to meaningful engagement and enduring partnership. Thank you, Dhanwad.
Thanks, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, information and connectivity. We really need to find out, how do we collaborate and leverage each other's strength more, better, and for the betterment of all, humanity. So, Deepak, you really want to share something?
So, on your tables, there is a brochure, Grains World. So, we are happy to inform you that we'll be having an awesome event which will be connecting the agriculture world from across the globe, from US to Middle East to Africa and definitely India, because it is being organized by Indian Chamber of Food and Agriculture in association and patronage of Mr. Patit's International Grain Council, Global Grains and Pulses Council, as well as Honeybee. We would request all of you, and I know Africa needs broader market, and please advise your companies, your team, your ministries to be part of it, and let's create a more holistic and profitable agriculture ecosystem for the world. Looking forward to welcome all of you at the Grains World. Thank you.
Okay, to sum up the session, I would say, see, we have all kinds of examples and cases with respect to e-commerce in agriculture or seed or any specific category. And there are different, there are cases which could not work out, and there are cases which are working very well or partially working well. I just quickly want to share, I am engaged in creating e-national agriculture market for India. And in last 9 years, we have digitized and integrated 1,627 markets across country in 24 states, 4 union territories. Recently, 3 months back, we have crossed $50 billion, I repeated, $50 billion GTV on this platform, our very own Indian platform. 139 commodities are trading on the platform. We do, again, 24,700 transactions across, this ecosystem. We have 1.7 million active farmers. When I say active, means the farmers, those who have used our platform more than 12 times in last 3 years. Means because agriculture is a seasonal issue. Farmer will come to market only at the end of day. So our idea was to create market first, a digital market where you can have information in real time. So out of these 1,620 markets, you can see real-time pricing for all these commodities wherever trading is happening, right? So our idea is first create market, fork, and then you go back to farm. So because major problem is to find out the markets. A seed company, what they want to find out a customer. So we thought, let us first set right the marketplace and then we move backward. Probably tomorrow, ENAM will be connected to various geographies, and Africa is one of the reasons, because India imports a lot from Africa and their possibilities immense. So the next step will be taking ENAM, E-National Agriculture Market of Government of India, to 40 more geographies. And once it moves forward towards market, it will definitely have aspiration to move backward towards the input side also. Any questions? Yeah, please.
I just have one comment. The session was titled Enhancing Seed Access.
Yeah.
E-commerce for seed access. One of the things which Deputy mentioned was...
Please give him.
It's okay. Thank you. The session titled was Enhancing Seed Access. Now, a few of the things, those who have been involved with seeds would understand that particularly in India, you rightly said that this is the way forward. Yes. If it can happen, it will be great. But one of the things which I wanted to mention was the regulatory systems in place as of now for seed sale within India or outside India is such that you cannot e-commerce, you cannot follow. You just cannot follow. One of the things which Deepak mentioned was about the licenses. You have to obtain license in each state if you are marketing in India. If you have to send it out, you have to get through the regulatory system of phytosanitary or whatever, all those things. So how do you just send it out just by an e-commerce platform? What we discussed, and very good information on e-commerce of agriculture inputs, some of the inputs, not seeds. If it is, because seed is basically not a manufactured item. You cannot send out seed just like this in a packet. We have so many advertisements coming up these days from some of the major companies talking about seeds being sold, but those are different kinds of seeds, but not the seeds which the farmers need. No, I'm sorry.
So the idea was to basically deliberate upon, how our, like I said in the beginning, distribution models. You are right. Regulation is good for ensuring quality and so many things, but somehow we have to find out how do we digitize this regulatory process also. You are very much.
Sir, I'll just add one point because you talked about regulatory part of it. Sir, unfortunately, the seed regulation has been across even India and Africa also, right? It has been a very challenging area. And I think if I'm not wrong, our seed law itself is 1963. 66, right? So, sir, since 2004 or 5, we have been trying to convert a seed bill into a seed law. 20 years, we have not been able to do it. Similarly, now I'm seeing that many of the African countries, suddenly, they want to bring in vegetable also, right, under all the very tremendous regulation to stop new entrant to get into it. So, I totally agree with you, sir. The e-commerce technology can only flourish if, regulations are also aligned to it. So, your point 100% totally agree and taken, sir.
So we have Mr. Andrew with us online. Am I audible? Are we audible to you? We would love to have your views on the entire discussion we had just now for last 40 minutes. So how do you see evolution of e-commerce in agriculture across geographies and in specific seeds?
Okay, thank you so much, Tiagi. I think I'll share with what Qualiseed is doing here in Ghana. Qualiseed has pivoted to become a business transforming access to quality seeds in Ghana by aggregating certified seeds from brands across Ghana and outside Ghana and building a nationwide backbone for distribution. And with this, we are layering with e-commerce and then order fulfillment system. So this falls in line with what we are trying to achieve. It makes it easier for us to move seeds from Accra, that's down south, all the way to the north. And when it comes to interconnected activities as a global village, we need technology from one point to the next. And it has to do with e-commerce. So for me, I believe e-commerce is the way to go. Unfortunately, there are emerging challenges that we have to look at solving. Challenges that have to do with counterfeiting, and then also others who are not certified to be trading on marketplaces. So those are the key things I'll say the policymakers should be looking at. I think when it comes to technology is outpacing the regulator. So once that is resolved, some of the issues that we are discussing or other panelists mentioned can be resolved and seeds will be made accessible to all.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. So, it's a topic for the future and we will continue to, discuss over it, and we will continue to see, technology has to move, connectivity has to move, connections to have to move. With this, thank you so much for all my co-panelists, those who, as well as Mr. Andrew and Pitit. So with this, we call it.
Thank you, sir. Thanks. Very interesting topic, and that was such a wonderful session, I must say. So let me now invite on stage Mr. Arish to give the memento to our esteemed panelists. Let's start with, firstly, I would like to thank Mr. Andrew and also Mr. Arnaud for joining us online. And let's start with Mr. Salhat Khan, Director, Flipkart. Everybody, can we please clap? AC Ashwatha. Dr. S.C. Ashwatha Narayana, Director, Vocal Seeds Private Limited. Mr. Kannan Tangaraj, Head of Supply Chain and Marketplace, Big Hat. Mr. Abdirizak Said Noor, Commercial Attaché, Embassy of Somalia. And Mr. Deepak Parekh, everybody, can we please clap for him? He looks like a Shashi Tharoor of our industry. Yes? Shall we all agree on that? Thank you. And last but not the least, Mr. Dushyant K. Tyagi, CEO, Farmgate Technologies Private Limited. Huh. One more without name. We have Sahil Malik. Yes. Sahil Malik. Everybody, huge round of applause, please. Fantastic. Shall we join for a group picture?